What's up, and welcome to today's episode of Bohemian Grove. Today we have a great guest, Behl Artt, channeler, summoner of UFOs, Sasquatch, Skinwalkers, and he also provides great video evidence and photographic evidence. If you're interested in sharing your story, I'm going to put where to contact me down below. And without further ado, let's get on with today's episode. We're here today with Behl Artt. You want to introduce yourself and let people know what you do?
What's up, guys? I'm Behl Artt. I'm a apprentice channeler, right? I started out about 2021, something like that. I think it was August, or it might have been September. One of the two. It was August or September 10th. First time I ever channeled an ET. It was beautiful. It was scary, but it was beautifully scary, amazing. I don't know what else to say about it, but I'm Behl Artt, right? It's an acronym. Behold, everything humbled lives, and reality truly transforms. So with
Nice.
that being said, it come from, I'm gonna just be real, right? I run a cult, and it's not some Jim Jones here drink some Kool-Aid. It's our mother's dying, and we need to help our mother. So I love the earth. That's what it's all about, saving the earth. Why you think I talk to ETs? These ETs are here to help me. I mean, I don't even care at this point. I've already got threatened as soon as I started it. I had my cousin, he got a blackout drunk, and I didn't even tell him nothing, right? He didn't know nothing. And this man, stupid, bro. He got drunk, right? And he started feeling up on my other cousin. I'm like, hey, bro, you better chill. I'm gonna get you, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna get you, and I don't want to, bro. I'm all love. I'm all peace and love. That's what ETs are about. They're all peace and love. I mean, if they weren't, we'd be annihilated, right?
Right,
So,
yeah.
so with that being said, as soon as I started my cult, I met this cousin from Michigan because my dad's from Michigan, and with that, he started acting funny. Well, I put him in his place. I had to do it twice, but I put him in his place, and you'll see where this is going. Everybody gonna see where this is going, man. I'm gonna give you the whole rundown. So, and this is recent. This ain't. I'm gonna go back way off in time to give you the whole rundown. I'm showing you how real it is right now. So he turned around, da 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 da, blackout, yada yada, was talking to me all crazy. Like, I don't know what this dude's saying. I understand the words he's speaking to me, but what is he saying? Out of nowhere, he goes, "You think we don't know about you? You think we don't see
Oh,
you?
shit.
You think if we wanted to hurt you, we would?" Something like that, right there. And then at the end, they're like, "You think we don't see you?" I'm like, "Come on now." I reached the universe, got my word, bop, 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 said it 3 times, dude fell asleep.
You think
I'm,
something
I'm
took over him?
Yes. And thank you for taking it out of my mouth because that's exactly what I think happened. He was at a very weak point.
Low vibration.
Exactly. And once you're at a low vibration, you can just become a puppet for evil. I think that's what happened. And so my enemy had threatened me. Guess what? I'm the universe. What are you going to do to me? I am everything. I am you, but not as negative. And that's true. So, with that being said, I am Behl Artt. I am the creator of the beings of the bush, but I didn't create none. I was saved when I was 17. I was in Stockholm syndrome, getting drugged, getting RP'd, RP'd, essayed, whatever you want to call it, bro. It sucks. But you gotta, you just gotta go through something. And sadly, that's what I had to go through. But people with a purpose gotta go through some crazy, crazy bad stuff. I've been going through trauma my whole life. I finally went through that, and I was like, whoa, broken people break people. I ain't gonna be that kind of broken person. I'm gonna be the person healing the broken and healing the broken. So that's what happened. But I only got to that point because bop bop, turn around, I see this blue light. And I'm like, I see a blue aura, this blue outline of this being. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, okay, I'm feeling you. Athena, what's up? Because she said, I'm Athena. I'm like, oh snap. And it's not voices in my head. It's like telepathic communications. It's an inner knowing of understanding the communication being spoken to me. So with that, I'm like, "What's up, Athena? How you doing?" And I don't know what else was said. It's too much, After hearing Bigfoot, I kind of like I had a big breakdown, but that's later on. So after I met Athena, then she brought me to Apollo. After I met Apollo, I started meeting more and more and more and more, seeing their outlines, like communicating with them, communing with the spirits. Spirits pulled me to this point in my life where I was still in the trauma, remember this, but I was at a campfire in the woods, and out of nowhere, boom, a head pops out over the fire. I'm the creator. I will speak to you soon. I'm like, whoa, what? Whoa. I didn't even know what to think. I'm like, what is going on? Turn around, boom, next day, smoked a half a blizzy. But it's been used all over the world. Weed is a key to tap in spiritually, and it's it opens your third eye if you use it
It's a
right.
natural plant, dude. There's receptors in the brain for it.
That's like the stoned ape theory, how monkeys ate mushrooms and evolved into humans. It's like the earth gives us these keys to literally open the door that we can't see. And until we see it, then we get to start going through it. But so I smoked that half a blunt, and I was already there with like Athena, and but at that point there was like 20 Greek goddesses and gods. There was so many. I'm like, something's about to go down. What are y'all surrounding me for? And they were not the same ones. It was like Athena over here, Zeus over here, Apollo over there, Aphrodite over there. Aphrodite's a queen, man. I met Aphrodite and she opened my heart. She let me see her face. And that's what got me back to me in a way. Because right here is where I dropped the first bomb. After I sat down, started smoking, had them all around, they all looked. And I looked. Boom, this big being walks in, has canes, staffs that had orbs on top. And like these orbs went from blue to red to purple. And the blue meant positive, the red meant negative, and the purple meant neutral. And that's the only three atoms we got. I mean, that's the only three, whatever they are, quirks or whatever. That's what builds up everything. So like this is the one who created everything. That's why I've always called the creator. He walks in, he's like, do you want free? I'm like, yes, yes. He's like, what will you do for it? I'll save the earth. He's like, all right. Pull this staff out, put it on my forehead. It was purple on the orb. I'm like, what's going on? It touched my forehead. Boom, I saw this blue light. I'm like, whoa, I'm seeing through my mind. And like, I'm not seeing through my eyes. I'm seeing through my eye. I'm like, whoa, all right. As soon as that happened, I'm like, what am I in? What is the situation? Yeah, I went to the captors. I went to the captor and I'm like, F you, you're this and that and this. F you, I'm out of here. Left the next day. I didn't go to sleep. I gone. And that's when it all began.
So this was before you even started meditating.
I actually was meditating days prior, and it was right as I got into meditation.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so as soon as all that started, boom, I got out and I started meditating every day. I was like, I had my crystals, I was aligning my chakras, I was meditating and not even focusing on anything but heal my mind, heal my mind, heal my. That's all I was focusing on. And as I pulled myself out, I kept having these experiences, and I'm like, and it wasn't like crazy experiences, but like it was like overwhelming. And so I was like, okay, this could be a little disorder because of the pain. I'm gonna pop out. I popped out, just I started rapping, right? I started just, building myself up. I still was meditating, but I wasn't like spiritually inclined anymore in the way of like focusing on straight divinity and speaking in pure divinity. I was just I was ranking up. I was going through the motions. I was getting to where I needed to be. I think everything happens for a reason. But so as I got out, started, oh, this could be a disorder. Let me step back. I stepped back. I started doing my thing. I pulled the Michigan out of me, started being a little hood rat because I can't help it. It's just my grandma told me one time, go get that pimp money. And ever since then, I just been getting that pimp money. And
You
like,
needed to live, bro.
like, yeah, bro, because I've had all this trash stuff happen to me since I was a child. I just want to live me and do me and yada yada. Like, exactly as you said, I wanted to live. And You said I gotta live. And so that's exactly what I was doing. And so as that went on, I went through, let's see, I moved into my grandma's and I started getting real big into meditation because my grandma was like promoting spiritual, and I'm like, sweet, all right. Started meditating like way more, and I it was like middle of summer. I I decided, hey, I'm gonna try something out. I'm gonna be a vegetarian for a month. I'm gonna stop nicotine for a month. I'm gonna stop smoking pot for a month. Started meditating extremely, like every day, 30 minutes at least, and yeah, I got real tuned into my chakras. I started seeing auras even clearer. And at that point, let's see what started it all. I'm not entirely too sure what happened in the very beginning, but I started healing folks.
Yeah. Well, you were putting out a cleaner vibration, dude. You know what I mean? Like
Facts,
by purging all that
facts,
stuff out of your system, you're taking yourself back to a natural state.
facts. And so, exactly as you said, I was purging out the bad, pulling in what I needed to be. And so I started healing, and I don't know if I started healing not my girlfriend, my buddy's girlfriend first, but I know for a fact right after this happened, I learned how to heal. Oh, I healed my leg first. Somebody, like, I threw a stick at somebody, and then he threw a freaking log at me, and it was dark, and we were in the woods, and I hear thump. Oh, and something hit me in the knee, man. And it like dislocated my knee. I'm like, what the, like, what is this? Like, what? Why did you do this to me? But after that happened, I had this girl telling me about, she was teaching me Reiki, but she wasn't explaining it as Reiki. She was like, oh, you can heal yourself by rubbing your hands together, charging that energy, and just you massage it or whatever. So I tried it out. I was meditating, I started watching the healing over my knee. Boom, 2 weeks recovered, no problem. I've never had a problem on this leg again, ever. And I don't know how. I really don't. I mean, I get how it's because of spiritual healing, but like, I really don't understand how it all works. But on top of that, boom, it all worked. And with that, I'm just eternally grateful for this woman. I was in love with her and yada yada. We thought we were soulmates, yada yada, and then we just we split. And we never even met each other. I met her on Tinder, and she helped me figure myself out, and that was it. That was the end of the story.
Well, maybe she was
It's
sent to you for that purpose. You know what I mean? She served her purpose. Now it's time. Now someone else has to enter to
exactly,
help you in another way.
yeah. And after she actually exited my life, I learned how to heal. Right, I turned around and healed one of my buddies. He was working at Ingles, had the pallet jack. He was walking, and where they keep the eggs, he got his legs stuck in between that, and boom, he was like limping for days. I go over his house, I see him limping. I'm like, bro, you want to see something cool? He's like, all right. Man was running and jumping. 15 minutes later, I'm like, all right. And I started helping my buddy's girlfriend out with her problems. Man, she was like borderline personality disorder. She was like have these other problems, and a lot of things. I was like unlocking doorways in her mind to help her get out of that stuff. Because now she's mentally sound. It's fire, bro. I've helped some folks out with their mental disorders, and the reason I think my pain really helps me the most is because I can associate my pain and understand someone else's pain, and I see that it's pain, and I'm like helping them walk through it. Like
You
this
got
one
mad
girl,
empathy.
facts, and this one girl, this was another friend's girl. She had like trauma from smoking weed because some dude did her dirty when she was high. So I got high, and I was telepathically talking to her like, "Hey, that was that situation. It's not gonna keep happening." Yada yada yada. She turned around and smoked weed with us. I'm like, so I was able to start branching my mental powers out and help heal people. So I'd meet some random folks and I would telepathically walk them out of their trauma and they'd start doing better. And so that's where my healing took off. It wasn't just physical, it was mental and it was like a spiritual thing too. you know, I would see somebody with some demons or something like that, and I would like boom, I knock that shit out. I'm like, get away from me. You're not allowed in my presence. And then I put a little protection over them. And it's magic, but it's not like magic as you hear it. Like it's not like that crazy magic. It's that
No, I
love
mean, there's
magic.
there's like technology's magic, dude. You know, I mean,
Facts,
magic's not just one thing, dude.
facts.
Look
All
at all
right.
the stuff they were doing back in the day.
So you know,
It was all considered magic. Like I'm talking about like way back, you know.
yeah. Oh, he's got a fire on a stick. Magic.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, they thought you know, if you did something weird back in the day, you were a witch. They burned you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cook 'em. But
if
so
if they can't swim, you know, fire them up. Or what was it if
for
they
real.
float? Is it if they float? I can't remember if they float or if they sink. That was like the test. They'd put them in a lake or something. I think it's if they
There was
floated.
that, and I know that there were also, oh, if they don't burn alive, they're a witch. They're all burning alive. Come on now, we're just
Yeah, that's
what
like a horrible
invisibility.
test, dude. You find out a little
They
too late. Too late for the answer.
they're like, oh, they died. Well, we just killed someone who's not a witch. Oops.
Yeah, my bad.
And the sad thing about that is, eh, there could be a dude who liked this girl, and if they liked this girl and she didn't like him, she's a witch. And so there was like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
accus- accusations out the ass on that. But getting off topic, but it's all right. We spitting facts. So with that situation from when the creator turned around and freed me, my goal was to now save the planet. I mentioned I have a cult, beings of the bush, right? Turn around. That's what he was preparing me for. I go through, you know, I was in the hood, yada yada, I was doing my thing, learning how to rap. I was getting my stories. I was I was doing all kinds of stuff, you know. And I wasn't really having spiritual experiences when I was in the hood because I wasn't focused on my spirit. I wasn't focused on me. I was focused on I as an ego. That's what Latin translates I to, it's ego. So like
Not only that, but
that
like
was
you know,
that. And then
I grew up in like
you
a
know I
pretty
got my
nasty
dark
area, and it's like it's all low vibration, dude. You're just you're
back.
trapped in low vibration in the inner city and stuff like that. There's it's all fucking doom.
And the sad thing is, it's not the humans that do it; it's the government, and it's because you know people of power gather together. If we take these people of power and turn around and make it not so easy to access their power, they're going to use that power in a negative way because we put them in a negative environment. So that's what you feed off your environment, and
You're right.
so that's why a lot of these folks dream to make it out the hood because they know their potential, they know what they're capable of, they know what they got, and so with all that, um, you know, that's just we know what we're capable of. It's just we don't know how to captivate our capability until we're out of that environment.
It's sucked out of
I
us,
was
dude.
lucky enough. What?
It's sucked out of us. Like think about like the schooling system and stuff like that. That's all meant to not let you discover any of that stuff. They're not teaching you real history. They're not. You know what I mean?
They're
It's all pretty
they're
much
literally
propaganda.
facts, and they're literally, bro. It's so sad because I got a lot of native in me, and I'm just hearing them talk about, oh, us white man came took land. I'm like, you stole land. You. I heard Christopher Columbus was like, oh, these people are so nice. They will make perfect slaves. Like, come on, bro. And like, Meta didn't get this story. So I was listening to another podcast. This is after actually I'm gonna go back a little bit. So I finally got out my hood phase, my darkness. I finally got out of all of that. And once I got out of the darkness, I got out of the darkness because water break. But so I got out of the darkness because I met this girl and I married her. But I I was like, I have to give her all of me. I can't rob her potential with me. So I got out of the darkness. And, you know, I was giving her all of me. I'm not gonna put her out there like that, but it's like schizo. I could tell she was hearing stuff. I could totally tell she was hearing voices. She had epilepsy. Boom. With this epilepsy, I was like giving her head massages. Her seizures were calming down, but I was like, you fell when you were 13 straight back because you passed out, hit your head. Something pushed forward. You pinched a nerve. Pop. Something popped in her head. Boom. She had a seizure in 3 years. Her
Oh,
epilepsy
that's
is gone.
crazy.
I mean, it's beautiful, bro. And just seeing my potential, my capability of being able to do that for somebody, this makes me so happy because it just gives me fuel to keep feeding the flame, the eternal flame, this eternal essence of spiritual embodiment through the physical manner. And so, with that, boom, healed the epilepsy. She had BWD, and like I said in Meta, little shout out, I put my seed in her. After I put my seed in her, there's my daughter. Boom, she ain't got that blood disorder no more. She had thin blood since she was a child. Doctor told her she'd never be able to have a baby. Well, boom, now you got a baby, and that baby fixed your problem.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's insane.
It, stuff that's impossible. But Behl come up there and made it possible. But so, with all that, I married her, of course, and before we had our daughter, I was listening to this podcast, and it was talking about the Hopi Indians. You ever heard about the Hopi Indians?
No, I have not.
So I think the Hopi Indians are like the Navajo or around the Navajo Indians, and so they had this legend that the white man's gonna come take the land. Boom, that happened. But they had another legend where the Great Spirit's telling them this, and the Great Spirit, I believe, is the creator. And so he was telling them, even though the white man's gonna take the land, your people mixed with his, something like that, is gonna come up, and he can potentially save the land. But he's going to be faced with a problem, and the problem is going to either overtake him and he'll become the problem, or he's going to stick with what's real. And when I was in my darkness, bro, that was literally the problem. And got out the darkness, started hearing stories like this. Once I heard that story, that darkness come back around like trying to take me out, bro. It's like, no, you're finding out too much. Boom. After that, had my daughter, went a little peaceful time, yada yada. Boom. After that, I don't. Yeah, before I had my daughter, that's when I got the first picture of the alien. And when I got that picture of the alien, it comes from a 2 hour meditation. That 2 hour meditation led to me being woken up by a knock, knock, knock. I'm like, I'm on a farm. It's who's on our property? I was freaking out, and so yeah. So after I heard the knock, I freaked out. I ran inside because human nature is not prepared for anything, and I knew that was something, and I'm like, I've come too far. I got to keep going. I went and got my wife. Boom, we went outside, and I'm like, just watch. Out of nowhere, it was silent. It was still, and it was like freezing cold. It wasn't a bad freezing. It was like when you get around ghosts and you feel them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was something
You feel
like
a
that, right?
frequency.
Exactly. And so boom, this thing comes out from around the cloud, closer and lower and closer and lower and closer. It was like swimming towards us. I'm telepathically communicating with it. I don't remember what it said. I wish I did. It'd be cool. But I don't remember what it said. So I'm not even going to try to like, oh, it said this and that. Because I just don't remember. And I can remember, though, seeing this light come off its head and I could see its body. Something crazy is when I first started my spiritual journey, boom, I drew this being. And it said, fuck capitalism. It was holding a dollar bill. Just wait. That literally symbolizes what this code is doing. The capitalism is the problem because everyone's trying to make money off of what they do. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with trying to, survive, but like we shouldn't have to survive by killing ourselves. And
Right,
so
yeah.
that being was time. Yeah, time. It's time, not time. And so it's a T with another slash through it, with a Y with a dot and an M. And time, he straight up like he's here to help me help us get more time. And because, we're having all these things go down, we're having like, you could call it, the Christians believe that the end of time's coming. I believed that the end of time was coming, and I started doing my job. And through all that, like, after I met him, he was out in the sky, and I pulled my phone out. I'm like, I gotta get proof of this. Boom, he didn't disappear. He left. He's like, bro, you're gonna mess this whole journey up. You ain't even in your place yet. You're gonna mess this all up. They're gonna come get you. You can't do this. I'm like, my bad. I'll put it back. Come back, please. Come back. And he didn't come back then. He did not come back then. And so after that, I go inside and I got that picture. Did I send you the picture of the alien?
Was it the video?
Uh-uh. I don't. Let's see. Can I put it in the chat? All right. Right there. Before the aliens. You can tell it's a little chicken coop. And that little chicken coop, that's the area where this thing pokes its head behind. So
Like right over
go
here?
ahead and I don't know where your mouse is. It's like right in the center. But go ahead and show the picture where it's outlined. And if you go to the picture where it's outlined, yeah, right there in that area. So after you do the one where it's outlined, the very
Right
bottom
here?
one, yeah. Now, do you see something sticking out?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I'm seeing that right there, that little chicken coop, and that's the alien. Or
Yeah.
the being, actually, yeah. Now, what are you thinking? Are you thinking like those are eyes right there? Or you think,
Yep, you're on point. That's exactly what those are eyes, and then the bill sticks out. And then
okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it, but I was like, so that's a tall dude.
oh yeah. But so what is so cool about on the Meta podcast is they made a connection that I never even thought about. They're like, that looks like Thoth. I'm like, yo, you're freaking right. I'm like, what? It blew my mind because I didn't even like put that together until they said something. And so that looks like Thoth, the the Egyptian god, the with the ibis head. You know what Thoth is, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like that. And if you want to show the other picture, it's zoomed out, and you could see like you can see the original picture.
This one right here?
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay, yep.
and you can see a little thing poking out.
Yep.
After I got that picture, man, that's what started this entire journey of the next step, right? The healing factor, that was just like that was cool. But then this happened, and I'm like, I was asking my wife, I'm
Now
like,
you got like actual proof that like it's not just for you. Now you can show someone like, look, I'm not just seeing stuff. Now you're starting to capture stuff. That's almost like a level up.
exactly. And I totally agree. I was I was speaking to these entities telepathically, and so that it leveled up my telepathy because it opened me up in a new passage and it allowed me to understand on a different level. That was the very first step into this ET journey. And so you go past that. That was in 2021, like September, August, something right there. And so after that, I thought I was freaking crazy. I mean, yeah, my wife's telling me she saw this thing come around, but I'm like, I am crazy, but it's real. Like, holy
Right, yeah,
crap.
because that's confirmation, dude. You can't deny a picture like that. You know what I mean? That
Yep,
because like that's something like you're. It's not just you seeing it. Like you even said, like she's like, yeah, I see it too. So I mean, if anything, that should make you feel less crazy, right?
yeah, definitely. And it allowed me to be more comfortable continuing to proceed forward and taking the steps because got my witness and I witnessed it too. But so after that, I don't have no proof from this experience, but I think this was the very next experience with the ETs. All the rest of these stories happened last year. And so, boom, after that, that was 2021. Got into 2023. I turned 21 in December of 2022. And when that happened, something clicked in my mind. And I literally like leveled up on my own. Like I became more myself. But something that they say is as you get older, you unlock more of your abilities. But it's only because
That's
you
the
keep
point I was going
growing
to bring
further
up.
in
Yeah.
depth. You grow further in depth into your subconscious. So it's like you're unlocking who you are. And so, boom, 2021 or 2023 hits. Boom. I just randomly make a cult. I'm like, huh, boop, 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 boop. Joined a cult. I'm like, what the, what the, what's going on? And I started getting on point, bro. Started being able to like pop, make stuff just happen out of my mind. And that's right after that happened. That's when my cousin had that thing come through him and threaten me. And after I got threatened, I had this experience where I went out in my car to smoke, and I'm sitting out there smoking, and all of a sudden, over my neighbor's house, this red light comes up. I'm like, another ET. I'm like, yo, I'm like, all right. And I'm talking to it. I'm like, I pull my phone out. I go to take a picture. I passed out. They're like, nah, you're not doing this. You're too early in this. We can't get you caught up yet. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'm like, please don't go though. I'm like, please, I'm sorry. They're like, leave your phone, get out your car, take your shoes off. They wanted me to ground out. I took my
Oh
shoes
yeah.
off. I put my phone up. I accepted my wrongs and I started doing better. And so, get out of my car. I go out to the yard. Boom! I see this light. So it was say this is my neighbor's house. Come over my neighbor's house. I passed out. It was gone, and it like went around. And now there's a cow pasture over here. It come out from around these trees. It was like right here, and it's like come here. I'm like, bro, if I go out to the road, they're gonna think I'm a crackhead if someone comes by. I'm not doing that. I'm like, someone's gonna call the cops on some random crackhead in the yard. Like, I'm not trying to do this, but I'm still right here. And I see the light go lower and it disappeared. And bro, it's the first time I saw them. I see a 7 to 8 foot being walk out, had like a black head, and it was in a tux. It was like
Oh.
formally saying, like, hello, I'm Don. Like, you ready to begin? And I wasn't ready yet. Like, I'm still not ready. Like, I'm close to ready, but I'm getting there. It takes a lot. They don't want to pick me up until my mind is ready in the way of where I won't get traumatized. They want my mind to be whole when they pick me up so I don't black out and, I don't get traumatized. They're trying to make sure that does not happen. And so, boom, I see him. I'm like, that is crazy. It blew my mind. After that, I think that happened in like maybe June, maybe somewhere in between May and June, maybe. I'm not too entirely sure because, man, after you see so much, you just time becomes irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think they help me step out of time in a way of like, because I feel no concept of time when stuff like this goes on. It's like everything is running straight instead of linear, and so
Or yeah, or they pause time just for that experience. Yeah, I mean,
hey, I totally believe it. I've been learning some tricks in my subconscious where I can fast forward through like experiences I don't want to experience. And like I literally sit back and boom, it's already done. I'm like, and like I get the whole experience, I process everything, but somehow I'm processing speed faster in my mind. I did this thing not too long ago. I ate some mushrooms and I was like, okay, I need to make sure I'm on point with time. I gotta make sure I don't get lost in time. Boom, boom. And very first time I ever tried this, I slowed it down. And I sat out here and I smoked like 3 cigarettes, man. I smoked these cigarettes for like an hour. I've never smoked 3 cigarettes for an hour. I'm like, what is going on? And I had all these experiences. Like, I mean, it's all mental. And like, when I say I'm Behl Artt, it's like, it's bigger picture, man. It's like I'm opening the door to let my spirit be completely me. When I started the cult, it was literally still to follow what the creator freed me to do, was save the earth. That's why it's called Beings of the Bush. It's because we're beings of the bush coming get our mother back. And so everything started to pick up back in October-ish last year. I listened to a Cult of Conspiracy podcast. It was about Bigfoot. And I'm like, I just felt so drawn to it. And earlier in the podcast, I heard him talk about the Elohim. And with that, I was just like, I don't know. I was very drawn to it. And I'm like, wait a second. I've summoned aliens. I'm a summoned Bigfoot. And so I worked for 3 days. I'm like, Elohim, 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 getting their attention. I'm like, help me channel Janu, because that's what Janu calls himself. Bigfoot calls himself Janu. That's what they go by. So I'm like, Elohim, help me channel Janu. And I did that for 3 days straight. On the third day, I swear I walked outside and I just like saw this. I saw this 1 second, my bad, bro. After I channeled, let's see.
So real quick,
Go for
so
it. Quick
Janu,
questions.
right? Is it just like say that's just him, the Sasquatch, or Janu is them? Instead of calling him Sasquatch, we should call him Janu.
That is true. I think that if we go out and like Janu, because I don't say Janu, I say Janu. I say it like with my chest. I get that vibration behind it, and when that
Yeah, you
happens,
never hear anybody. I've never heard anyone call him that. You even like when you see people go like Sasquatch hunting or whatever, you'd never hear. I personally haven't heard anyone call him that. There
man,
might be some people, but I'm saying I've never heard it, so that's new to me, man. That makes sense too. Why maybe they're not finding anything because they're not even calling them by the right thing.
yeah. I mean, you don't go out looking for ghosts and say, "Hey, gingerbread man, come here, gingerbread
Yeah.
man." Like you just there's a certain way to align with a certain frequency, and that is how you get results. This
Yep.
life is a frequency life. It is everything's just vibrating atoms. This space in front of me, allowing to see the picture in front of like behind that, there's like vibrating atoms in this empty space. So like
It's
us
frequency
speaking,
is like the how reality is woven together. It's all frequency,
facts.
dude.
It's like a web too. It's literally like you said, woven. Like exactly. And so when you like straight speak with vibration, it interferes with this empty energy, but there's still energy here. So you like fill up this energy and it starts to fill around your reality and it starts to actually like I'd say it starts to manifest. It starts to construct what your reality is meant to be. I man, I went to jail not too long ago. I got caught with mushrooms. You know, they always try to knock us down when we start to enlighten because like I went to jail after I started getting a lot of Bigfoot experiences. but but me and my homies, we knew I was gonna go to jail. And it wasn't like a oh no, Brody's going to jail. It's like it's a part of the plan because I rap and I think that you can't get some bars until you're behind bars, building a rap sheet to spit a rap sheet. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no vibe of what rap is. Rap's crime, and it's like it doesn't have to be just crime, but like I think it is because it just is. I mean, look at Tupac. It's all crime. Like not all crime, but like
No, yeah,
smoking
I get what
crack,
you're
da da
saying. Yeah,
da.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I went to jail, and when I went to jail, I was told to leave the cult. And man, I was on point. I got a video where I'm like, to prove I got power. Watch the camera moving 3, 2, 1, and I go Vitim. And I just dropped out with the bomb. That means that's an activation confirmation. That's what that word means. The code, I have words. I have a so here I'm gonna drop you with another bomb, and it's I'm gonna just use it in what it's meant to be. Uh, this podcast is perfect. Zakrumata K. Zakrumata K is I perceive exactly what I want to see in front of my face. I mean, it's crazy, bro. I get these words, and I get the definition with the word too. And like Zakramantake sounds like a word, but it's not like it's like what would you just say?
No, yeah, definitely.
And then
Now you get that. You heard that telepathically. Is that how you're receiving
there you
that?
go.
Okay.
You are on point exactly with exactly how it goes down. And so I'm you know, the more people that use these words, the more power they have. It's like saying apple.
All
And
right.
someone else says
Yep.
apple. We know this is an apple now because oh, that's an apple. And so like you say apple, you start getting hungry. You're like, oh, I want an apple now. Like so, the word has power. I mean, it can provoke hunger. It can provoke like the desire for an apple. So with these words, if anyone uses them, they can't use them to break them down or break them apart because I was given these words by the creator to do exactly what I needed to. This next word, I'm literally going through these words and I don't share these with people. So I'm dropping some real bombs
Oh, it's
on
much
you viewers,
appreciated, man.
man.
I mean, you're dropping nothing but bombs,
No
bro.
problem. Hey, I'm trying my best. I'm doing what I can. And so this next word is like I take my energy and I multiply it by 30 million, and it's Gastanovia. And there's a place called Gastanovia, but it's not the same. And so I was doing that at work, and it was like I was kicking into hyperdrive. I'm a trash man, and so like I'm slinging trash and I'm kicking ass and I'm just doing my thing. And then I'm like, yo, we're off. I needed to stay. Gastanovia Infinity. Boom, bro. I say that, and that makes it where my energy multiplies by 30 million and just stacks on top the last time said it. So it's just constantly building up. And so like I just go through the ranks of like these words, and it's like every time I say Gasanova Infinity, you see how I picked up in my energy and I'm like speaking a little faster now. It's because the words are doing exactly what they meant to do.
Yeah, it's
And
manifesting.
exactly. So let's get to the bigger picture now. I told you a little bit about the healing. I told you about the ETs. I didn't get to finish my story on the Janu. All right, so after I had channeled the Elohim, I asked them to help me connect with Janu. I went through, and 3 days after, it was like the third day or whatever, of calling out to Janu, um, I was blessed by the experience of Janu actually showed up. And I swear that I saw a portal open. I literally saw a portal open and I felt the presence. I didn't see him. And I'm like, I was like, I was like, all right,
So
all right.
he gets over. So he's like not existing on this plane. He just chooses to come over into our dimension through a portal. Is that what you think?
So what I think that he might have teleported to me. I think that they survive in the woods and they live in the woods. I mean, I heard that yeah, they live in the woods. They they also they say that they use photosynthesis. They go fourth dimensional. They go and connect with trees, and then they use photosynthesis to eat. So I think they survive in the woods, and I think that he teleported to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Went through, channeled Elohim, asked him to help me connect with Janu. Connected with Janu, kept calling, kept calling, kept calling. I'm like, please come prove yourself to me. Boom, saw the portal open. I'm like, all right,
how how would you describe the portal when you saw it open?
not there, but there.
Kind of like when you see like the desert heat, like kind of like how you're seeing
Yeah,
through the is that kind of
very
what you
the
saw? Okay,
mirage. It
cool.
looked like a mirage.
Okay.
That's spot on, bro. Spot on. That's see, going through these podcasts, y'all are helping me process what I saw and like give a better understanding of a way to paint a picture of what it was. And so, see this portal, looks like a mirage. And I'm like, I feel you, Janu, because I feel presence of people. I can tell if someone's behind me. And I'm telling you, I can read people's thoughts. But I don't like to. It's like you don't get trust by peering through someone's mind. You put up a bed for them to come rest in because I want to be like a little sanctuary for folks' minds because that's all I ever needed when I was growing up is like something to like be a sanctuary to my mind. I never got that. So like I try to be what I needed as a child. Off topic. But so boom, portal opens, I feel the presence, and boom, I'm like, okay, you can't push me over, bro. I could just fall over and be like, oh, Bigfoot pushed me over. No, bro, you got to do something to prove yourself. Boom, got poked in the forehead. I'm like, I was like stunned, bro. I was like stunned for like 5 minutes. Wiped my head, looked at my hand. I'm like, oh fuck, there's blood. Click, click.
And it was
The
like
dog.
completely dark when this happened, right?
Yeah.
Were you doing this like in the dark at night?
I was in my car smoking a blunt, bro.
Oh, no
Like
shit.
I'm sitting still. How am I gonna? Boom? I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
know if I like bang my head on something, and so just out of nowhere, pop something poked me. And like I've had people tell me something threw a rock at me and hit me in the head. I was poked. I was poked by John.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be able to tell the difference. Like a rock, you'd feel the sharpness. With
You
like a
get
finger,
like
dude, you'd feel like
thud.
the yeah.
Yep. And so I actually sent you pictures of that, the experience with the blood on my hand and the blood on my forehead. You have to scroll up through Instagram because it's at the top. But
Yeah. I
while you
think
go
let me
through
see
and
here.
find it, I'll keep on with the story. So, boom, got poked. Boom, was stunned. Boom, saw the blood on my hand. I'm like, click, click. I'm like, oh, I just got poked by Bigfoot. Oh my god! I rolled my windows up, turned my car up, zoom straight inside. I'm like, oh, he's out here. Scared. I was scared, bro. I ran off. I was like, oh my god. I took off running, got inside. I'm like, oh, I'm going to sleep.
We're
It's
gonna
like,
kick it
oh,
old school because I think. Do you use an Apple phone?
yeah,
Okay. For some reason, it's saying in Instagram. I can look at it on my phone, but when I pull up the messages, it says unsupported. So I'm just gonna kick
yeah.
it old school and pull it up on the phone and show the camera, dude.
Here, bro, look at this. I'm just resending them. The only reason it's unsupported is because I sent them layered. So that last
Oh,
picture I sent,
so if you resend them not layered, I should be able to. Okay, let me see here.
yeah, you'll
That'd
be
be
able to
dope.
see them now. And so,
Yeah, yeah, I can. Okay,
so do the one on my hand first because that's
the one
that's
on
what
your
I got
hand.
first. Yep. So boom, got poked, wiped my forehead. Boom! I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god! Now go to the picture of my forehead. Mind blown. Oh my god! I got poked by Bigfoot. Rolled that window up and I took off, bro. I was gone.
Yeah,
And
because I can
after
tell you're
taking
just
off,
sitting in your
like,
car right there.
yeah, you see how scared I look?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Your eyes are wide open, dude.
I'm like, oh my god, what just happened? Not back when I had no hair. I got my little ears. But so after all that happened, you can go back. I sent the orb picture.
Oh
Because
yeah,
the
I got that
orb,
one pulled up. Let me do this real quick. Now I got to tell you, this orb picture, man, is like one of the most amazing things I've seen when it comes to like evidence of orbs and stuff like that.
well,
Like usually it's like night vision, and you know it's just like dust flying by. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Oh, you got the yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
All right, so I'm gonna start playing it here.
sounds good. Boom, zoomed in. Boom. This is a live photo.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I mean that's insane, dude.
Like that is so
The
crazy.
fact
I
that
was like,
you
whoa.
see it split into now, see those live pictures. What are they like 3 seconds or so? Is
Yeah,
that how
but
this
you
work?
see that
Okay.
there's nothing in that picture, and it still got it. And that other one, I go to the next picture, and bro, it blew my mind. So the story behind this one as I was trying to prove Bigfoot to my homie. He's like, nah, bro, you crazy. I'm like, yeah, but bro, still. And I'm like, all right, screw it, bro. I'll just prove aliens to you. And I go
You
through.
talking about the video of the alien?
No, I'm
Is that the
talking
one you want
about
me to show?
no, 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 no. This is the story of the orb. So I told him I was gonna prove him the aliens. I'm like, if we can see you today, let me get a 4. And I threw a die, boom, boom, hits off the wall and lands straight on a 4. I'm like, whoa, what? I'm like, let me see a 4 again, boom. This one bounced off his leg, boom, straight up, landed on a 4. I was like, okay, I know it's not a coincidence, but it could be a coincidence. And phone stop being weird. And so I was
Was
like, it
that
could be a
was the picture you're talking about? Was that included in the stacked along with the video when you sent it to
no,
me?
of the orb.
Yeah, the one you want me to
Uh,
pull up.
no, you just played it. I mean, that's the same thing. That's the live
Oh, okay,
photo.
okay, cool, cool. All right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I threw the dice again, went for a 3. Boom, they showed me a 3. I'm like, whoa. Threw it again. I'm like, let me see a 4. Landed on 4. It landed on everything I said. I was like, bruh. And he's like, nah, I'm still not going. I'm like, you're sad, bro. You see this picture? Look, there's nothing there. Hold it down, and boom, it's in that one. This video, like, but so
Yeah, dude. As soon as you sent this to me, I was like, oh, okay, dude. Because like the fact that it's color, you can see the color of it, you can see the translucence of it, you can see it split apart, come back together. You know what I mean? And this is what is this in your backyard?
so after I got the dice to land on what I was asking for them to prove to me that they're coming, boom. He's like, no, I'm not going. I'm like, all right, screw it, bro. I went home, went to sleep. I was woken up by a telepathic message. I was like, they're like, come look. I'm like, all right. I got up, went to the window, started clicking photos, and that is one of them I got.
Yeah, dude.
And I don't really know if you can fake a live photo, but I feel like this live photo is one of my biggest evidences of proof because I don't think you can fake a live photo. You gotta live photos are taken and it's the 3 seconds of what happened.
No, right.
Like
The fact that you even thought to take a live photo. I mean, because most people would just
I
be like, "Oh,
didn't.
let me
It just
snap
was
a picture,
taken.
dude."
That's all I
Oh,
did.
really?
And yeah, man, it just happened like this.
I mean,
Yeah,
anytime anyone from now on asks me like about orbs or whatever, because usually I stay away from that because it's kind of like a gray area. Like all the footage out there is kind of like, yeah, they could be a bug, it could be this, it could be that. This
I
is
mean,
like what I will show them.
hell yeah, I appreciate you, bro. But all this other evidence out here, it's like, really get that? Did you really video that? How do I know you didn't edit it? This stuff, man,
Right.
I was right there. Like you can hear with my excitement through telling the stories. Like I was right there taking these videos. I'm like, how did I do this?
Dude, I'd be so hyped if I caught something like that. Just, I mean, it's one thing. Like, even if you showed me that picture, I was like, that's a good picture. The fact that it's like a 3 seconds and like it did that in 3 seconds, it broke apart, came back together, and you got it all, dude. I mean, A plus, dude.
And so after I got that picture, then I was like, all right, homie, screw it, bro. You don't want to see the aliens. You can't handle it. I'll prove to you Bigfoot, and I don't got no evidence of this story. And so we go out to the woods. We go up a mountain because my philosophy is Moses went to the top of a mountain to have his little experience. And so I was like, bro, let's go to the top of the mountain. He's like, all right. We went up to the mountain. We're on this platform, and we just start hearing we start hearing monkeys like making noise. I'm like, we're in Georgia. There ain't no monkeys in these woods. And I had been channeling the Elohim and Janu to help me prove to him that the unknown is real because he didn't believe in God either. And so I used this experience to prove God to him, right? And so, and when I say God, I just mean the creator. I mean, yeah, I believe in Yahweh because I have prayers answered so quick, bro. And that's who I pray to. That's who I believe is God. But I call him the Almighty Creator. I give him more credit than just calling him Yahweh. I give him a little, give him kudos. You're an Almighty Creator. You're not just a creator. You're an Almighty Creator. And so I used that Bigfoot experience to prove to him God. And he started becoming a Christian after that. Like he's like, oh, there's more out here, yada yada. I had a video. I don't have it no more, but I had a video of we went out to the woods because he wanted to see it again. And when we went and saw the first Bigfoots, we saw the shimmers. We saw the blurry, like there's something there that we cannot explain, and it was beautiful. That was my first time seeing Bigfoot. I mean, I'll have him on camera soon. Like,
Do you think the what we just played that's connected to the Janu?
it's all connected to the cult because I'm gonna use these experiences not to just get famous. That's a byproduct of what I'm doing. I'm I'm proving the existence of the unknown because I'm trying to wake folks up. I'm trying to help people
Yep.
get their vibration right. And so that's my whole goal is I rap, so I have that passage. I could get money off that, and I just want money so I can go around and just spread the money. You know how hard money is to get. Like it's not hard, but it's hard to stack
Well,
bread consistently.
there's a
Like
reason why it's hard to get so that you're more worried about that than to be able to focus on this stuff.
to even focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And so all these experiences are just gonna lead up to me getting out there, man. After you play these Bigfoot noises, bro. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So we went out there, and he wanted to have another Bigfoot experience. We went up on the platform. I'm like, Janu, Janu, Janu. I'm calling him because that's what it led to. Is I would just call Janu, and Janu would show up. This time was different. We see a white figure, 6 feet long, about 4 feet tall, crawl across the path. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's not what I'm
And
calling.
so, for real, I'm like, wrong number, sorry.
Wrong vibration. Try again.
But so the being was like, come down here. It wasn't telling me that, it was telling him that. He's like, it
Ooh.
said to come down there. And I was like, all right, you go down there. I'm not going down there. He's like, no, you go down there. I'm like, no, I'm not going down there. You go down there. He's like, fuck it, I'll go down there. And I'm like, nah, bro, screw it, bro. I'm gonna go down there. Come on. You gotta go with me though. He's like, all right. He pulls his camera out. I got my flashlight. I got 6 feet away from a buck. You've heard stories about skinwalkers, right? How
Oh,
they're
absolutely. Yeah.
deers, how
Yep.
they show themselves as deers. I'm pretty certain that was a skinwalker, bro. I was
Oh, quite
face to
possibly,
face with a
dude.
skinwalker, and I mean, it's not some violent threat for me, and I totally believe that. Sorry, I'm processing.
No, yeah, you're good.
So I totally believe it was a skinwalker, and I
Yeah,
believe
because I
that
would think like if it was like a regular buck, I don't think
zoom.
it would. Yeah, zoom away. You know, I mean, that's usually when you hear about skinwalkers, like you see, they just like hang out right there. They're staring at you. Yeah, yeah. Guys.
I went to go touch it. I was like, fuck it. I was like, walking up to it. It turned around and it did not gallop. It kind of like pranced off. It was like, I'm gonna go. You're not ready for this part yet. And so after that, I turned around and I was pretty certain it's a skinwalker, and it was a buck, but it was a spike. So a spike's like a baby buck, and it was showing me that I'm to the point of the beginning of the skinwalker phase, and it's 100% as a buck is 100 in terms of like,
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah.
you see
And
what I'm
plus, I would
saying?
think a younger buck would be more skittish too. I might be wrong. I don't know that much about nature, but I would think like a younger buck wouldn't be, If it was an older buck, I could
Yeah,
see maybe, yeah, it's been around, it knows, you know what I mean? But younger bucks would just be like, "Pff, gone."
and usually when you walk up on a deer, they like do their noise.
Yeah, yeah.
This did not make no noise. It just sat there and watched me. And like anytime I'm in the presence of something, I feel it, and I really feel it. And like I was feeling it. And I'm like, this is a skinwalker. I was like, oh,
So, it started out as like what you said. What did you say? Like a 6 foot white figure crawling, and
it's
then when
6 feet
you got,
long, yeah, and like four
and it
foot
was
tall.
a white figure, and as you went down to meet it, it turned into a buck. Nice.
It went from white to a buck. I'm like, whoa, aliens, Bigfoot, now Skinwalker.
You're getting
Whoa,
it all, man. You got the value pack.
yeah, yeah. And so literally, I after that experience, we go through, and me and this dude started to stop being friends because I was tapping into who I was spiritually, and he's not a spiritual person. He doesn't believe in it, so he was draining me of my energy,
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
so I was that pulled me away from him, and boom, I started focusing more on me. We had another experience together because we started hanging out again, and I swear, bro, this was the craziest thing ever. I channeled ETs again, and we go outside. When we go outside, I put my phone up because that's something I've learned to do. Leave the phone. Leave the phone.
If I were you, I'd be walking around with a GoPro on constantly. You know what I mean? Just always having a camera on and just recording, or like those Ray
Facts.
Ban glasses or something.
You have the glasses on. I, I see you. What's that on your face? I can't see without them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. And so this was one of our last experiences together. Last good experience together. We went outside. I started channeling ETs, bro. One pulls up. I've never seen this many. Like 30 more pull up. All these lights moving in the sky coming to us. They were watching us. And then I asked the creator for permission for them to like interact even more. And then they start going up and down, left and right. And then we look in the woods, and it was like the moon was right behind a tree. It was this bright, bright light, and he was bro. He like had a mental breakdown. he,
You
this
couldn't
like
handle it,
shredded
huh?
me. No, he could not. And I saw this thing. I got a picture off Google what it looked like, but it was like a space rock flew through the sky right next to one of the orbs, and it was like what? Like it's this stuff's hard to explain. This one is because this experience was crazier. None other, not unlike any other. I've never had an experience like this. So after that, then it leads to experiences like I was gonna go find Bigfoot again. Well, he said he was gonna go. I got to his house. I'm not gonna go. Like, bro, you wasted my time. And then I go to leave to go see Bigfoot, and I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want to go?" He's like, "No, I'll go." I turn around. He's like, "No, never mind. I won't go." I'm like, "Bro, you're wasting my like." It hurt my feelings like bad because I'm lucky enough to get these experiences. Like I believe I have an intimate relationship with Jeanu now because we're friends. We're not just acquaintances. We're like they enjoy talking to me. Like that's how I feel about it because if they didn't enjoy talking to me, why am I getting this proof?
Yeah, they
Like
wouldn't. They're,
exactly. I think they like the purpose. They agree with what I'm doing. And so that night, I didn't get no evidence that night because I got off track and I didn't really get no evidence. But when I got there, this was the coolest thing ever. I was on the phone with this dude and I was like low key chewing him out. I'm like, bro, you just wasted all my time. What's your problem? Like, why would you waste my time? And I get there and I'm still on the phone with him and I'm at the top of the mountain because this is where I'd go to have my experiences after I learned that I can just go to the top of the mountain and get experiences. I see Jean. He's looking at me. He's like, because we call each other brother because like like the intimate connection is like we got something different. He's like, brother, what are you doing? Why are you wasting our time? I want to communicate with you. And I'm like, I'm stuck on the phone. Boom, my phone dropped service. I'm like, that's one way to do it. Like, yeah, good job. But I was an idiot and called the dude back. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. It's just because I try to be real and polite and nice and just spread positivity and love. And
It's
that
karma,
was
man.
our
Yeah.
exactly. And this was our last time actually truly really communicating because he wasted my time. That night, I think I upset Janu because I chose a non-believer over what I'm getting.
Yeah. He's there in front of you, and you're like, here, hold on, let me make a phone call.
And, and it was I was letting the energy of, oh, you got to be a nice guy, you got to do this and that and third, just because you don't want to. It's not about not making anyone mad. It's just constant love, and like I felt Janu being sad, and I felt so bad. I was like, I'm sorry, brother. And like I literally was out in the woods crying, apologizing to him. But like that's just like if you had a long lost friend and you like this distraction in front of you, you like are being even more distracted off communicating with them, and then they get upset, you're gonna feel bad because it's your long lost friend. It's you know
I
what I'm
feel like
saying?
something like that would probably be a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? The fact that if he's teleporting to you and you guys like, and if I remember, you guys are speaking telepathically. I
Yep.
mean, that's a deeper relationship. You know what I mean? That's a deeper connection.
Yep. And so when I said earlier that I've been having all these distractions from the beginning of my life, the creator finally told me. Because through the cult, I've been able to get pictures of aliens, get videos of Bigfoot noises. He's building me up to get to the point where I can get this money, invest it, turn it into something, and start saving the planet. This is where I'm going. This is where my destiny is set to. I'm saving the planet, not saving the people, because that is not my job. Only you can save yourself.
Right.
And so through all that, the creator is aligning me with these potential possibilities and I'm getting these potential possibilities. The creator told me, you were made for this part. Ever since birth, the enemy, you know who I'm talking about.
No, yeah.
Facts. So the enemy has been coming after you because I am meant to take the place that he was meant to be. So the creator created our existence is called Infinitiam. So he created Infinitiam. After he created Infinitium, he created space because now there is space and he created the planet and now there's time. And after he created all that, he cloned himself. He made another creator. And this is what I'm being told from him. Not right now. I was told this story on Christmas. I knew I was getting a gift on Christmas. And the gift was the knowledge of what happened in the beginning. And so he created all this. And then boom, after he created all this, he created Infinitium, the sun, which represents space, and then boom, created the planet, which represents time. He cloned himself. He created the enemy, wasn't the enemy at first, and the enemy was like, "Why are you trying to say you created me? I'm a creator. I created this, that, and the third." Because he cloned himself. He cloned himself so good, he literally cloned exactly who he was. And this clone could not understand that he's a clone instead of, oh, he wouldn't get the fact that I am you, but I'm like, so the creator is I am, and then the next person over what was the enemy now? But man, that's a whole different story. But that person, it, as that person is I am him. So it's literally the next point. So it's, bro, I am, because that's what he says in the Bible is I am what I am.
or I am who I am, or I am who the Hebrews need me to be, or something like that. And so it was I am, and then I am him. So it was literally a clone, but from this point forward, I am him while I am takes a nap type
Oh,
shit.
okay,
Like I
yeah.
just boom, 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 planets, stars. He just made all this. Dude's tired, bro. And so he want to go take a nap. And so boom, I am him. This is another piece of me, but that piece of him could not grasp that he's a piece of him and he did not create him. And so ego trip. He's like, "Oh, fuck you. Since you wanted to take this and say I'm not the creator, I'm gonna really take your creation and fuck it, bro." And that's all he's done. He's been evil and only trying to mess up the creation. And so on top of all that, boom, bro. He even told me a story, like, and this was all on a mushroom trip, but I didn't do that many mushrooms. Like, I was going up to the mountain. Like, I've never had anything like experience on mushrooms like this. I was going up to the mountain, and something in the cult that's always happened is I get to a point and I reach a vibration, and the vibration comes into my body, and I learn all these things because I now am tuned to a higher vibration.
You're
And so I was
downloading. Yeah,
going
you're getting downloads.
facts exactly. So I was going up the mountain. I missed the turn, turned around, and they're like, "You don't even got to go up to the mountain anymore. You got to the point you needed to. You can go home." I'm like, "Oh, it's Christmas. That's a very good idea." It's like 4 a.m. and I'm up the mountain like 30 minutes from my house. I'm like, okay, bet I got what I needed. I'm gonna go home. I turn my car around. My car turns around, has all these problems now. The screen's on, all these freaking lights are on, and boom, out of nowhere, and damn, like something shot through my body, like literally downloaded instantly. My finger had skin shoot off of it, like it was like peeled back. I have no idea how that happened. My thumb had the same thing. So it's like I literally just boom, like snapped into place. And when that happened, that's when I was given all that information. But I was also told, since we are saving the planet, now I have proved to the creator that it's worth saving because through my love of everything, it shows the purity that a being can have through having pure love. And he created this creation to be fruitful, to fuck, and to feed yourself. And like, that sounds like a physical life. You're fruitful as in you bring all this stuff to fruition, you get down to it, and you feed yourself. And so that's literally everything physicality is. And so I showed him through loving literally everything, not the bad stuff, the bad stuff. Um, like I showed him how you can have pure love for everything, and like how like I don't say I'm the only one that can do this, but I believe that through all this, like I just proved a point. Like there's hope for us. Like we can get back on point. We can go where we need to go. We just got to get rid of this problem. But I think that night when that dude messed up on my timing, I think that was New Year's Eve, not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. And when all that happened, I was so enraged because I went out to go talk to John and I left protection candles lit in my car. And I did this before. The first time I got that whoop noise, I literally left candles in my car lit and it just got wax everywhere and went out. This time, they melted down and they caught my center console on fire.
Yeah, I would think so, dude.
I come back to my car, all black. I'm like, what's going on? I open it, smoke rolls out. I'm like, oh my gosh. I like flicked my jacket off to where I like wrapped it around my hand, instantly punched the fire out. I love that, bro. I was like on point with that. Just boom, boom, boom. Fire's gone. I'm like, I was enraged because the enemy sent this dude to distract me. He literally has only been a distraction because he doesn't like spirituality. I like will be less spiritual because I'm trying to appease my
Yeah,
friend.
oh, absolutely,
And
dude. Yeah.
so he was sent by the enemy. And for the entire time, since the cult really took off, we had kept trying to find the enemy. The enemy would not reveal himself, bro. And he finally revealed himself because it was a little lesson. You let the wrong people around you, they'll bring a fire that ignites on the inside. And if you don't handle it, it's going to burn you up from the inside and it'll kill you. I mean,
And it'll
I feel
grow.
like it's a
There will be
metaphor of
more of
if you
them.
let,
You let one in, there comes more. You know what I mean?
yep. I think it's a metaphor of if you let problematic people around you, you'll become a problem as well. It's just like the saying, you lay down with dogs and get up with fleas.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
so, and so after I learned that, I, let's see, that happened. And I'm like, oh, you done fucked up. Talking about the enemy. I'm like, you just revealed yourself. And boom, out my chest comes a spiritual light, white arrow. Boom, straight through him. Well, I'm telling you, after that's the next day was Christmas and I got that gift. But I swear I killed. Have you heard about anything crazy happening in the world lately? Other than Israel and Hamas. That's
Well, I mean, that's a deep dive right there. There's crazy stuff happening every day. I mean, you talking about political, or you talking about on the spiritual realm? Which I
some
mean,
big spiritual stuff.
they're both kind of the same thing.
So
Like,
what I'm not saying I killed, because so the source of the evil I killed, but the evil that comes from people, they produced it themselves at this point. And so,
or like it's pretty much like a demonic attachment, dude. Yeah, I mean, what you
yep,
did when you released that light is you killed the attachment, not the person.
yeah, yeah. And that person's caught up in the habits. And at this point, they find pleasure in being evil. And so that's why it keeps going, right? And
Yep.
so through all that, I have you seen anything like spiritually crazy happen lately, other than, my experiences?
Well, not like on that level, but like you see like what the Pope's doing and stuff like that. You ever see the movie Little Nicky
Yeah.
with Adam Sandler, where he comes out from hell and then all of a sudden, like all the major political people and stuff like that are starting to get, um, possessed by demons, and they're going around making speeches and all that, and bringing the world down. I kind of feel like that's what we're living in now. Like when you watch like most of the leaders and stuff like that, like I just feel like they're possessed, dude. Like, and
Take
you
my
can see a
son.
lot of them look like demons
Okay.
sometimes, dude.
It's because they sell their soul.
Yep.
It's a puppet game. But I think the puppet master's dead, and they're just kind of being their own puppet at this point because they're hooked on the evil. But I really think, because has anything new with the Pope happened? I'm okay. Look, other than people's actions of acting evil, like we were having crazy ass shit happen last year. Like, I don't like the river that showed up out of nowhere in the desert, shit like that. It's been kind of quiet recently. I think it has.
Maybe it's dying down just before a big event. Like, look, we have that solar eclipse coming up, and I
There
don't know,
you
for
go. Yeah.
some reason, like everybody's going crazy over it. Like all the news is like you got to have 3 days worth of water, have cash on hand, have maps because digital stuff might not work, and like this is like all over the place. It's like, dude, it's a solar eclipse for like 3 minutes. We've had eclipses before, you know what I mean? It might be playing into something bigger.
Could be, but now that you said that, um, you know how they call Lucifer the morning star?
Yep.
That's what the sun is. Now, if you take the moon and you cover the sun, that's what's happening, right?
Yeah,
Solar
yeah.
eclipse is the moon moving in front of it. So you could look at the moon as a piece of the earth, because that's what they say it is, something like that. The moon is now covering the solar eclipse, the morning star, and it'll come back refreshed. Because I is that piece. I'm now the what the creator created the second creator to be. I'm not claiming to be the because I haven't got back up in it yet. But I've been working on it. They've been doing I've been going through different I've been going up the ranks and I started back out at ground zero. But I've been upgrading slower, but it's more pure. So I really think that we're in the middle of a shift right now and we're working on getting this evil out. And the only reason there's evil continuously happening is because people are now programmed in what they program themselves to be, unless it was the trauma that programmed them to be that. But that's in the cult right now. I think that's happening. And if that shift is happening, then I will be famous soon. And if I'm famous soon, I will be able to spread that positivity. Boom, after I spread that positivity and start getting moving like that, that's when we start healing the communities. That's like the areas, the negative environments. That's when we start taking that away. But yeah, I kind of just caught you up on the cult right now. We're right now in a growth phase, and man, I love this cult so much because it's like pure positivity, and like it's straight up just trying to save the planet. It's like what I was told that I'd be getting out of my trauma with is your purpose is not to save the planet. So that's where I am in the cult now. I'm working to get to the steps to actually get that rise. But we could take a couple steps back now and we can start talking about the Jean experiences. After the I got poked in the head, this was in December. Um
December of last
I
year, 2023.
Yep. So I was blessed with this experience where I think I was calling up Jean. I pulled my phone out and I went to go record, right? You start hearing the howling and then I'm like, living on a farm does something too, yeah. When it blocks your Bigfoot experience. And so boom, I started having this Bigfoot experience. Literally Bigfoot would go to howl and then the rooster would crow. And I'm like, what the crap? Come on now. And so after all that happened, I actually was able to stop the video, start it back. And what you will see is that video you have now. It's the one with the backyard. I feel bad for my mom because all this happens at her house, so I just like open all these portals at her house.
Is
But I
it this
mean,
one or is it a longer one?
it's like 40 seconds.
Oh, okay.
But like with me opening these portals, she's only had positive growth lately, so like it's like feeding the environment with positivity. Yep.
Cool.
And after that, it sounds like barking, but watch. Do it. But so
Yeah, there's a
you
lot of
heard,
stuff going on there. I think I hear it behind the barking. Is that kind of what is that what you're picking
so
up?
in the very beginning, and there's a.
Yeah, I hear the rooster.
No, that wasn't a rooster, bro. Here,
Oh, really?
play it from the very beginning, and after that noise kind of dies down, um, we'll talk about it right here. All right, you can pause it.
Okay. So what I was thinking was kind of like dogs.
Yeah,
That's the
but
Janu.
so you hear how it's a.
Yeah.
It's got like a
That
primate like vocal cord almost like that.
okay.
That to
Yeah, that
me,
makes sense.
I've heard a lot of dogs, bro, and that very first noise does not sound like dogs to me. Now the rest of it, there's like a little, there's a lot going on. So like, I he could have triggered dogs, and dogs could have started barking. But
I'm sure it would trigger a lot of stuff because I mean, animals pick up on that stuff better than we do.
what the fuck is?
Yeah.
But so you heard the first noise, the
Yeah.
that's Janu right there.
Man, that's
Is that
crazy.
can you explain that noise other than it being Janu?
Right. Your first thought is like that's a rooster, right? But when you listen back, like you said, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what I mean?
Up and down, and then a middle flick. Yeah. Man, after I got that video, later that morning, I went and had a campfire, and I just sat there and cried and cried and cried and cried because I fucking did it. Like I finally did it. Like, man, after having these experiences with Bigfoot and then finally getting the Bigfoot noise, it's just magical. Now you can go to
Right,
that
dude.
next
I'm
video.
sure you've tried previously. I mean, I'm sure there's been attempts of you like trying to catch it, and you're like just out of your grasp of like just catching it. You know?
Well, that was actually like the third time I had an second time I proved it to my homie, and when I my old friend videoing it. I knew he was going to come back around again. I knew that I called him up for this experience. I'm definitely able to call him up again. But that second experience, when we started hearing shit, I wasn't worried about recording it, man. I really wasn't. I was worried
Right.
about proving to him that there's something else out here.
Well, not
And
only
that
that,
was
but
my
like
third experience with it. And
I was gonna say, sometimes the experience is more important than pulling out your phone and capturing it. You know what I mean?
connect, be connect. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you can disconnect by recording it and not experiencing. Oh yeah, you're saving the experience for later, but like some of these things I have to like the download of the vibration. Like, man, I'm saying like some of these things I just got to experience. Now the video with where it's got like the audio clip and you can tell it's in the recorder. Go to that one if you will, please. This one is a whoop noise.
It's kind of like right here is where it's catching, right?
Is it lagging for you?
No.
It's fine because
Were you able to hear that?
yeah. So that noise, man, it's a whoop and I'm like finding Bigfoot had the whoop noise. And before I ever saw the whoop noise on there, I recorded a whoop noise for myself. I'm like, once again, mind blown. I don't know how many times y'all can blow my mind and me still have one. So, but that video is it's just a little screen recording of the whoop noise because the beginning of the video it is I'm in the woods. Actually, you got the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
So my very last video is that video, I'm pretty certain. And in that video, I go, Janu, please let me film you or please let me record you so that people can believe in you and you can get the respect as a real being deserves. And then I go to walk up the fucking the I go to walk up the platform I was on, and I turn the camera, and whoop, that's what I got. Man, in other videos I have from that night, literally, have you heard about the tree knocking?
Yeah.
Literally, in other parts of the video, you're not like back to back, but in certain parts, he's smacking limbs on trees. Like, bro. And I was just like so blown away. Like, first, I got this one video of the, and then I was lucky enough to turn around and get this video of a whoop noise. I'm like, I just got enough proof to like hit up Finding Bigfoot. Like, yo, I called up Bigfoot. You wanna let me on? But apparently, they don't even film anymore. So, so I got to find out who films it or who filmed something like it, and then get them to fund me, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna find them.
All right, so here's your YouTube channel.
Yep.
So, is it the Janu, aka Bigfoot Blessed Me?
Wait, what does it say? No, it's the one to the left.
Ja- this one?
The very first one with like that
The dark.
like no, it's the whoop noise captured alone in woods.
Okay.
Sean, can I record you, please? This is for a YouTube channel showing that life is further than what is taught. And so I just want to show people that you're here so you can get the respect of even being considered to be real. Trying to prove your name for you.
It's about to happen.
Nice, dude.
And that video is completely unedited.
So you said that was your last experience with him?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. When would you say that took place?
Maybe December 17th.
You plan on contacting him or any other beings anytime soon?
Right now where we're at is we're working on me. So we're getting me prepared to get picked up. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? Like UFO pick me up type.
Yep.
And we're preparing my mind to not be traumatized when I get picked up. And I'm almost there. One time I saw them, and I'm like, come pick me up. I'm ready. They're like, you're not ready. I'm like, I am ready. They're like, you are not ready. And I'm
Please.
like, try me. I'm ready. Boom, light falls out of the sky. Bro, I blacked out. And I come back to chasing the shit. I'm like, well, y'all were right. I wasn't ready. I was like, damn it, Brody. So I almost got, that was back in December. I think we got enough time. If you want to show that video, it's a black screen. Remember the video of the UFO?
Okay. So
Oh,
you want to take a look at the original, the first video. I think this is the first video you sent me. And dude, like I got this in my car and I'm looking at it
I
and
remember
like,
it.
you know, when you're looking on your phone, all I saw was black, right? And all I heard was like the stream going. I was like, is this dude trolling me? Because you're like, oh, do you see it? I'm like, oh man, I hope this guy's really not trolling me with like him taking like a piss in a stream or something. You know what I mean?
Do you feel that?
Dude, because the way it shows up like on my phone, you can't like, especially in the daylight, you can't tell where the video is in the center, and there's like these white things that are on the top and bottom that they have for like a background. So I'm staring at the white thing, like waiting for it to move. I'm like, man, I'm trying all day to see it. You know what I mean? You hit me up, you're like, oh, you see it yet? I'm like, man, I've been trying all day to see this shit. And then I finally get home, and you know the living room's dark and everything. I'm like, all right, let me check this out. And then I see it, and I'm like, oh, dude, this is awesome. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm so glad he wasn't trolling me. All right, I'm gonna
Oh
pull
yeah.
this up.
And what was cool is on Meta, they're like, people who just do this for fame or just do this to try to get somewhere, they have a certain stench. And luckily, homie, you don't got that smell. And I'm like, I,
Yeah, you can always
I,
tell like a salesman, dude. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can feel my emotions as I'm going through these stories. Like, man, these would be a lot of freaking hard stories to fabricate. Like, and I'm honest about parts of them where I don't remember. I'm like, oh, I've seen too much, so I don't remember this or that. So I keep it real. I mean, even when talking about anything else, bro, I always try to keep 100% honesty because that keeps the power in your words. Your vibration stays more.
Oh, absolutely. And dude, you can. It's not only like in person with like feeling people's vibrations. You can tell by talking to them over the phone or like doing this stuff, like the podcasting through the video and everything. You can tell what a person's about. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull this up.
I wonder if we can see it.
I
Yeah.
I made it full screen.
There it goes.
Yep. I'm gonna play it. Does it play
You
on
don't-
repeat?
No, it's just a 1 minute video, so you can keep rewinding it and all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rewind it a couple times. Now that's
That's a
probably, you
star.
think that's a star, right?
Yep.
And then after you say that, there it goes.
Boom.
Boom. I'm gonna play it again. And like you call it right out of the box. There it goes. I hope it's coming through. I hope it's coming through for people to see this. I'm gonna play it again.
This is my friend.
And the fact that you just called it out like that, I mean, how would you even like begin to try to fake it? Yeah, I mean,
I didn't say, look, there's UFOs. Look, there's this and that. Oh, I didn't even watch the rest of the video.
yeah. So if you guys didn't see it, rewind it. I think I played it like 3 or 4 times just right then. So feel free for those watching just to rewind it and watch it back and get in a dark room. That's the best thing I can tell you. Because
Turn your brightness all the way up.
Yeah, turn all the way up. You're looking at a dark sky, dude. But pay attention to that one star that you can make out and just watch it. And then a couple seconds after you say, "There goes my friend," boom, shooting star. Now, what do you think that was? Are you considering that like a shooting star, or do you think it's?
Me and a friend were looking at that video, and I was going through it slowly, letting it slowly go by and slowly come back. The light goes down, and when it disappears, it looks like it turns. You can see it thruster, and it's gone. So, like,
Oh,
we were looking at this pretty hard, and it
I would
looks
think so,
literally
dude.
like
Yeah.
a UFO comes down, and it looks like it turned and left the atmosphere. So, I, I don't got that many answers. I just got look. There's my friend, and boom.
Right. Well, one day you're gonna get another download, and you're gonna know what they are. You know what I mean?
I think the download hit today, so it's just processing. Like, man, like, and I saw him again not too long ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago. We had this crazy experience happen here, and then after it was done, I was outside, like, trying to process this experience, and I hear some noise, and I look up in the sky, two owls split, and I'm like, that's spiritual as fuck. Two owls, seeing them split apart, that's spiritual. And then I look over, and boom, a freaking light hits like that one. I'm like, and anytime I experience stuff like this, I always cry. It's super emotional because
Oh
they're
yeah,
here.
dude.
They're
Especially when you're like you're sensitive to this stuff. I mean, because I think you have to be to have these experiences. And I mean, there's obviously for you to call it out and it happened. There's a connection there. That's not just random,
definitely,
like, oh, point at the sky, oh, check it out, my friend, and then it goes away. No, you called it out, it happened, so there is some sort of connection there. Yeah, so you're gonna feel some sort of emotions, dude.
yeah. And just like the Johnu videos, like Johnu, let me get a video of like what I said, and then like that's why I say we have an intimate connection is because he allowed me to first get a video of his noise, but he let me ask for proof and then gave me the whoop noise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, dude. I think the next thing, like, you gotta try to catch, like, if you can, is like a video of a portal, dude, or a Janu. I don't know if the Janu will let you get them, but I think if you caught the portal at the right time, I think you can catch a portal, dude. Now, dude, is this like mostly at night this is happening, or are you getting it like experiences during? Have you ever had like a
yeah.
connection with Janu during the day?
I don't think I've ever had a connection during the day. Yo, I got coaches. Oh, never mind. My reflector was hitting on this, and I was seeing it in the window. I was like, "What the crap's going on?" But no, I have not had any experiences during the day.
Okay, is that just because like you're like a nighttime dude? You're probably just you find yourself to be more. I would think you're more of a night person, right?
Yeah, but I also think that they feel safer in the nighttime. I
Yeah, that
think
makes sense.
They can disappear quicker if there's
They're
ever
shielded.
any trouble.
Yes, camouflage at night too.
So they're strict. Exactly. They're strategically allowing me to see them when they're the safest. And the UFOs, they happen when it's cold. They don't happen when it's hot. Like I'll go all summertime without it really experiencing something. As soon as it starts getting cold, boom, it just starts happening.
Oh, that's interesting, dude.
So it's like they treat me as a flower and they let me grow and blossom and bloom during the summertime and get all that heat and sunlight it takes for me to grow myself. And then when it gets cold, they expect me to be prepared and they start feeding me knowledge. But I expect, um, I definitely expect this summer is going to be different. I heavily expect it's going to be different. I think there's going to be a lot more Jean News recordings this year. I think that I will get on camera Jean
Oh, no
News,
shit.
and like you said, I'm feeling that people don't believe the noises, so I'm just gonna
Right, and
prove
you know
to
what? You know
people
what's gonna
it's
suck
real.
about it too is like even when like awesome evidence comes out, like straight just forward video evidence, there's going to be a ton of people just ignoring it and saying it's
You're a
fake.
troll.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I made a
I
decision
posted
recently,
it to a
like,
damn.
I made a decision recently, like, start looking at all these videos as if they're true and also as if they're not. Look at it from both angles. Just don't dismiss something. Because think about it. If you're seeing something you've never seen, you don't know how it looks. We're used to seeing our reality a certain way. If something's coming in from another reality, it might look fake. You know what I mean? We don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know how our eyes are going to perceive it either.
And I feel like you're an empath, right? So I think you should start watching the videos and watching how they make you feel.
Oh, absolutely,
Because I
yeah.
think that's where our answers come from.
I'll
But
tell you what, I'm going to
maybe
start watching the skies at night a lot more. I live right by NASA. And so I've caught myself like doing that like a lot. Like it's weird. When I go out, I leave my house at like 3 a.m. or so, like super early. So like you see all the stars. And I've been telling myself recently, like, spend time looking at it. Like I've been taking like nighttime shots of the stars because I've got like the Samsung or whatever that like it really like I'm sure it uses AI to. But when you take the picture, it takes like multiple pictures and puts them together, but you can really see the stars. But I've just been telling myself, like, dude, look up there, man. Pay attention. Even during the day, I've been telling myself, like, dude, look at the clouds. Just watch the clouds for a little bit. You never know what's going on. Nobody's doing it. Everyone's just looking down at their phones or, looking
exactly.
down,
I was literally gonna
driving and stuff.
act like I have a phone in front of my hand because that's exactly what is happening. You're so spot on.
Yeah, dude. We're not looking at the skies, dude. And they're not letting us either. I'll tell you what, the chemtrails and stuff like that. Like out like around 9 or 10 o'clock around my area, you just see a grid, dude, a perfect square grid, and then it's gonna be like, and then it just gets like to be like a cloudy day. They're blocking our vision and they're blocking the frequencies from above from getting down here.
From the waters from above.
Yep, you've seen the rocket launches, dude. They hit it. It's like water. They're hitting water.
Yep.
How come we didn't see that stuff back in the day? How long have we been launching rockets, dude? You know what I mean? How come we're just now seeing stuff like that?
Man, because I don't even know. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, my one AirPod died, so I'll put that thing on charge.
Well, dude, awesome. I think this has been like
nice that you can still hear me because
yeah. Well, dude, I think you just laid
it's
like
a banger for starting
a ton of knowledge, dude. So what I want to do right now is I want to put you want to like promote your Instagram and stuff. Yeah, dude, you made everything perfectly clear, dude. Like if people don't get knowledge from watching this, then I don't know what to tell
them. Yeah. I mean, straight up. So my Instagram, I think it's Behl.art or it's just Behl Artt. I think it's Behl.art. You can find me on Twitter at Behl Artt. You can find me on YouTube at Behl Artt. I mean, I got a YouTube
you know what I'm gonna
page
here.
and I have a YouTube.
I'm just gonna pull them up. Let's see here. Let's see what am I sharing. I want to make sure to show them both of them. Let's see. I got so many tabs open. StreamYard. Let's get rid of this. Remove. Screen.
Yeah. I'm everywhere as Behl Artt because behold, everything humble lives and reality truly transforms. As you
there's your Instagram right there.
You got the picture from Meta. Yep. You got that picture from when I was on Meta. And then look, man, Jonathan didn't want to mess with me at first because that very first picture, he thought I was black. And when I was sending him pictures of myself, the Bigfoot poking me, he thought he was like, why are you black in your picture and then white in your picture you're sending me now? I'm like, bro.
Oh, so okay, yeah, the one.
I tan
That's
up,
funny,
homie.
dude.
Come on. Yeah. I no hard feelings. It took me about a month of constantly blowing them up like, hey, bro. And I finally just sent him the picture of the alien. I'm like, I was trying to hold on to this, but here.
give me time. And he's like, all right, well, we'll set something up. And we literally set something up in 2 days.
Yeah,
But no hard feelings, no negative anything.
no, yeah. From what I can tell,
I love the
they're awesome
experience,
dudes.
man.
I mean, I've been listening to them for a while. You know what I mean?
And you can hear in the podcast, they're like, we're definitely going to hang out one day. So, bro, me and you get connected. I'll get connected with them. We'll all go find Bigfoot, bro.
Dude, I know they're all about, the summoning stuff. Like, so yeah, I can't see you guys not hanging out. And plus, like when you're contacting people, you don't want to give them your juiciest stuff first. You know what I mean? You want to get them interested first. Then when you're actually like,
he didn't want to give me time, so I had to give it to him.
So your Instagram is BEHL.ARRT, Behl Artt on Instagram. Let's go on and pull up your YouTube too, so we can get that on there.
It's ARTT.
ARTT, my bad.
All good, all good. It's different, but I like the acronym. It's pretty cool, I think. And then YouTube.
Yeah, is that a play? Is that a play on Art Bell? Like you just kind of just.
No, it's actually not. It was a part of my it was part of my cult because bro, I got the breakdown because Inventium's an acronym. And I'm not even gonna try. I'll write all that down and I'll get back on and I'll actually take a bunch of notes on what Inventium is and I'll go through and we can have an episode on Inventium and
Inventium, huh? Dude, that's not,
bro, because that'll allow people to tap in.
That's big, dude.
That's a what?
That would be huge. That's big. Well, dude, I thank you so much for your time today, dude.
Maybe when we do that episode, we could even get Jonathan and I don't remember his name. I think it's Sean or something like that. His cousin. We get both.
Yeah. I think it's Sean. Yeah.
And
do like a crossover.
Yeah. You know how cool that'd be?
Dude, that'd be awesome. That's what, I think a lot of, I think I've seen it done a couple times, but there needs to be more of it because the ideas that get shared, I mean, as long as you do it in like a productive way.
Bro, they are so on point with constructive thoughts about what we talk about. And so, like, they were helping me process what I was seeing. Like, I never even compared the alien to Thoth. And then he's like, that looks like the Thoth, the Ibis Thoth. And I'm like,
yes, it's all about perspective, dude. You know what I mean?
Like, literally. And a bunch of people with open minds with different perspectives, boom.
Yeah, that's why I like, dude, if I like post something, like I just recently got that EVP I sent you, I don't tell people what I think it says. I want to hear what you think first, you know what I mean? And then because you might tell me something and that might change my mind. I'd be, oh, no, you know what? Yeah, it sounds more closer to that. But yeah, I never really want to like give people like the idea first. I want them to think about it. I want to know what they hear. It's always outside perspective is awesome, dude. You always got to like listen to people, you know what I mean? It's not that hard.
I agree. Some people have been telling me lately is that I should capture ghosts on video because people will believe that more than Bigfoot and aliens.
If they don't believe Bigfoot, they're not going. No, I was gonna say if they're not gonna believe the Bigfoot stuff, they're not gonna believe the paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
It's all in the same. You either believe or you don't. What it's going to take for some of these people is for them to have a personal experience. That's what you should do.
Yep.
You should get groups together and take them out on your property, dude.
Well, we don't got to go to my property. We got to go up the mountain.
Yeah, take them up the mountain wherever you know. I mean,
and I'd be shaking people. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, my what's it called? My headphone finally died.
No.
But yeah, I would take people up the mountain, but I'd make sure they ain't got no guns or nothing.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Check out here, but I mean, like, a lot of people just need to experience it personally, and I think that would, when you experience something,
that's trying to experience it, they're not gonna go try to
boom, boom, boom. Got him.
Yeah, but you still got to be careful nowadays, dude. So I agree with you on that.
And it's not even for me. It's for Bigfoot, bro. It's like, Shanu, will you let these people experience it? And since you do, I'm a pat 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 pat. Why do you got a Glock 30? Come on, bro.
Well, I
Like,
wonder, you know what? That you bring up a good point because maybe you wouldn't even experience anything because you're bringing non-believers up there, so that
oh
changes the
no,
whole
no, no.
vibration and frequency.
He the whole non-believer. That's the easy part, bro. The easy, like literally so easy, because like me and Johnu get a kick out of like when we scare some folks of like, did you
Okay.
do that? And like we're like newbies.
Dude, that's so awesome. Well, dude, it's been awesome talking to you, man. I think this has
Yeah,
been
man.
an awesome couple hours.
Yeah, I've
So
been
yeah,
vibing this whole time, man. It was great
dude,
meeting you, bro. And well, I'll
that's
definitely
what's
get on
up.
again.
Dude, yeah, definitely. We're definitely gonna do another one. So everyone, I want you to go check out his YouTube. I want you to go check out his Instagram. Give him a follow. Give him a subscribe. Check out his stuff. And thank you guys so much for checking us out and listening today.
Yeah, thank you guys for real. Thank y'all for giving me
Is
your
it?
time.
Is there any one last message you want to give everyone?
Um, stay weird. No, I'm just kidding. That's
I feel like I'm gonna
menace.
get copyright struck for that one.
No, man, Jonathan would laugh. He would laugh at that. But no, open your mind to open your eyes, and then you'll realize that it's just all lies.
That's what's up, dude. Thank you so much, man. We're gonna be talking again soon.
Yeah, man. I'll hit you up on Instagram. We'll stay connected for sure.
Awesome, nice.